Hi, I'm Lynx from the Pole Vault Studio. Today we're going to look at core work for beginners. In our previous video, core work assumes that you have a bit of knowledge about core, but if you've never done any core work before, then you want to start with easier exercises so you don't get put off, because core work is hideous. So we'll start with a warm-up and then go through some simple exercises. It's just start looking left to right. We don't need to do a huge warm-up because we're not using all of our body mostly. And then ear to shoulder. If like me, you hear your neck crunching. And then some half circles. Do these slowly so you don't get dizzy. Do 3 each way. And then do 3 full circles each way, again slowly. And the other way, which should stop you feeling dizzy. And just wait for the world to stop spinning. Okay, so do 10 arm circles forwards. And 10 backwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to do 5 side bends each way. So we're not going to hold them because we're mobilising the body rather than stretching. And now you're going to take it down into a circle, so come down to the side, sweep your hands across the floor, up and lean backwards, and then come back down. It's going to do 4 each way, so take it slowly. And then when you get to the floor, go the other way. And then come up to the top. Just do some hip circles, so 8 in one direction. Make them nice and big. And stand on a creaky floorboard. 8 in the other direction. And then smaller hip circles. If I take off my hoodie, you'll be able to see it better. So you're just going to do small circles, sort of really work the stomach. And 8 in the other direction. And then we're just going to do some hip circles. So stand on one leg, circle it backwards, try and think of drawing a big circle with your knee. And we're just going to do 5 of those one way and then 5 the other. I'm hoping you can't hear that my hip is grinding and crunching. And then 5 on the other leg. And 5 the other way. Then we're just going to come to the floor and just do some cat-cows to warm up our back a bit. So really think of dipping the back, putting your tailbone and head to the sky, and then slowly round. You want to think of pushing your shoulder blades up, and then come back down. And then round arch, round, and then go in circles, so still arching at the bottom and rounding at the top. Do 5 one way and then 5 the other. Okay, so when you do core work or any form of exercise, you often hear of people saying engage your core, but do you actually know how to do it? It's not something you ever told how to do, you just told to do it. So if I stand on my side, you can see when this is my core not engaged. So you can see the big dip in my back, stomach is protruding, pelvis is untucked, shoulders are rounded forwards. My posture is terrible. To engage your core, you want to think of tilting your pelvis, so really tilt it forward so that you lose your bum. Your back should flatten. You want to think of sucking your stomach in and squeezing it like you're crunching, like if you laugh or you sneeze and you crunch your stomach, so that's what you want to think of doing. So core not engaged, if I raise my hand you can see, core not engaged, core engaged. So here I look lovely and flat, my posture's good. If I face front, you like see, not engaged, engaged. And it looks like I have more abs. Well, sort of. I would if I didn't eat so much junk. Abs are made in the kitchen. So when someone says engage your core, that's what they mean. They mean tuck your pelvis in, suck your stomach in, like you're trying to get your belly button to your back and squeeze. And so then your back flattens out as well. You lose your bum, but it's for good posture. So that's engaging your core. So we'll do some simple exercises to start with. So a good one is to come down on your hands and knees. I think this one's called the bird something, I don't know. So you're going to extend your one leg, so straight behind, so it's so your foot isn't up here, it's not down here, it's completely parallel. Once you've got your balance, extend the opposite hand. So I've got right leg, left hand, and now you're going to slowly squeeze and crunch them in the middle. So you're going to slowly bring them in. Try to get your elbow to your knee, but if you can't, as long as you bring them in and you feel your stomach crunch, that's fine. And then slowly extend. So we're going to do 10 each side. So that was 1. 2. Try also not to tilt and try not to let your back dip. So slowly 3. The slower you go, the better. With any sort of muscle engagement, the slower you go, the harder it is, but the better it is for you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reset. You can shake out the arm that you were leaning on, and we'll do the opposite one. So now my left leg is extended and my right arm. Crunch in and stretch out. So you keep your core engaged, so you don't like let it hang out. So you keep it sucked in, keep your back flat, bring it in and extend. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you lose your balance, just reset. 10. Okay, so that's a simple one that is effective, and you can do the opposite way, which is dead bug. So again, when I'm lying down, this is me in neutral, so you can see I have a huge arch in my back, sort of natural arch, that I can actually get my arm under. So this is me not engaging my core. So to engage my core, again, you tilt the pelvis, so you think of getting the lower back down to the floor. So you can see that I'm now flat, so not engaged. Huge gap that I can tuck my arms in. Engaged. Because there's such a big dip, it's quite a lot of effort to actually get my back to the floor. But so you want to keep squeezing, and so dead bug, arms up, legs up. See, so you're just a beetle flailing around on the floor. And again, it's opposite arm and leg. So going to do left leg, right arm. So stretch them out as far as you can go, but don't let them touch the floor, because you'll then lose the tension on your abs. And then bring them back and stretch them out. Again, we're going to do 10 each side. If you feel your back come up, just take a moment to reset, to your pelvis, bring it back down, because it's quite hard to keep it down for a long period of time. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can take a break and then reset, squeeze your abs again, and we'll do the other side. And again, like coordination. You want to go as slow as possible. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, the next one is a dish hold. So you basically want to look like a banana. It's a tricky one, it's not pleasant. So you can start with lying flat on your back. So you want your hands above your head. And you can start with just tucking your chin in and coming up here and holding it, keeping your legs on the floor. The next step you can do is you want to really squeeze your quads to lift your legs. Again, keep your back as close to the floor as you can go. I can't always keep mine completely flat. And lift your legs and hold it. So to do the full dish shape, you're going to bring your arms and your legs, but you can just work on the progressions until you get comfortable with them. So the full dish shape, again, engage, lift. And you hold it for as long as you can. If your neck hurts, then don't worry about stretching your arms. You can stretch one arm and the other arm comes just under your neck to support your head, because I always have neck pain, so I usually end up one hand underneath. So that's a good one to practice, is the dish hold. That really works everything. And another good one is windscreen wipers. So again, come on your back, engage, legs up to the air, and you're going to bring them down to the side. So you have your hands out in front for balance. You want to try and keep your torso completely flat. So I'll do it this way first so you can see the legs. Don't let them just drop to the side because that's doing nothing. As slowly as you can, bring them to the side. And then up. And then the other way. If that's too much, you can put your feet on the floor and tilt your knees. It's not quite as intensive, but as long as you keep your core engaged, you'll still feel it, and it's a good thoracic twist as well for your spine. So you can do this version, which you're still working your sides. As you bring your knees to the floor, you should feel it in your obliques. So if I go to the side.
And 90 degrees. So lift your feet up.
Yeah. So that's the easier version. Or you can do legs 90 degrees, which is a little bit harder. So we'll do 10 each side, but it depends what one you're doing. So we've got feet on the floor, feet up at 90 degrees, or feet up in the air, which is harder. If you can, try not to let your feet touch the floor, because when your feet touch the floor you lose the tension on your abs. So do 10 of those each side. You can try the easier progression, and then if you find that too easy, go to the 90 degree one. If you find that too easy, go to the straight legged version. If you find that easy, stick some ankle weights on, make it harder for yourself. Okay, another good one is the side plank. So side plank, full side plank is like this, but it's really hard to balance, and you want to make sure that your hand is under your shoulder. To make it easier, you can come down on your forearm. Again, make sure your elbow is under your shoulder, and you can have both feet on the floor. So you can have one slightly in front or behind. I tend to put one over there for balance. But again, if that's too much with balance, or you find it too intense, tuck your feet in so your knees are at 90 degrees and push up on your knee. It's not as an intense hold as having your legs straight out in front of you is, but it's a good way of getting used to the side plank, because holding yourself up in this position is hard. So you can start with your knees, so feet behind your knees, so they're 90 degrees, and just push yourself up. Try and make sure your body is in one line, so your elbow is in line with your knees, your elbow is below your shoulder, and put your other hand on your hip. And then when you get used to those, you can do lifts, so you can go up and down. So do 10 of these each side. Seven, 8, 9, 10. You can shake your shoulder out, mine always aches, and then you can go into a hold. See how long you can hold it for. Again, engage, squeeze your bum, and then hold it for as long as you can. If you can't do the 10 lifts, then do as many as you can without stopping, and then the next time you do them, try and beat that. So it's best not to rest in between as much as I do with warrior trainer. So it's best to go as far as you can and then try to beat it, because that will also then mark your progression. So again, everything in one line, elbow beneath the shoulder, put your hand on your hip and push up and down. 2, 3, 4. If you can't get your hips all the way up, it doesn't matter, as long as you can get off the floor. So even if you only get to there, that's still progression. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, you can shake your shirt off and then go into a hold and hold it for as long as possible. So you can pause the video and hold it, because I'm not going to hold it. I find it awkward in this position. I find it easier to have legs straight, and I actually find it easier to go up on my hand. I find it less pressure on my shoulder. So you just have to find a way that works for you. And another good one for all over abs is bicycle. I'm not a fan of sit-ups. I hate sit-ups, they hurt my back. And also they can shorten the abdominal muscles, so crunches are better than sit-ups. And these are good because they work all your abs and they work your obliques, which is the side ones. So you want to, like we did with the dead bug, opposite arm, but this time it's elbow to knee. So have your legs at 90 degrees, crunch up and bring your elbow to your knee, and your other leg extends straight out, but not on the floor, so above the floor, and then switch. So keeping your feet above the floor. The slower you go, the harder it is, the better it is for you. If you feel your back coming up like that, just stop, put your feet down, reset, squeeze and start again. So these are a really good one. These are my favourites, but I'm not going to tell my PT that, because he'll find a way to make them horrible. So you can do as many as you want. You can do 10 each way. I've lost count, so I'm just going to keep going. You might find that your back hurts. Mine does, because that's the weakest part of my core. So just stop, bring your knees in to relax the muscles, and then you can start again. So I think that's about it for the basic core work. You can progress and you can find ways to make them harder, and again you can check out our other video on core work if you want to advance it more. And just going to stretch out the core. So bring your hands under your shoulder, slowly raise yourself up, and then if you can push up. You don't want your shoulders up here, you want your shoulders back and down. Keep your feet on the floor. Just stretch out your back, but also stretches out your stomach. So you can hold that for 15 to 30 seconds. And then come down, push up, and we'll go into child's pose just to counter that stretch, because you never want to finish with an arch. And we're done. So thank you for watching. If you like it, click like, subscribe. That's signaling the end of the session. Get to the church. And yeah, so thank you for watching. Goodbye.